talk about 2025 because you guys have gone on quite a run. So, just kind of overall from your team, what have you seen in this 4-0-1 run on the road?
Well, it's an easy explanation to that question. Is we're just playing more like a team. We have everybody is involved and playing a little bit harder, and we're getting good games from everybody at the same time, rather than somebody has a good game and then they take 2 games off and another guy plays a good game. So it's like everybody's chipping in at the same time, and yeah, it's kind of changed our morale around here a little bit, and everybody's feeling good about themselves. So we're just concentrating on trying to keep it going.
Goal scoring seems to be a problem early or throughout the course of the season to date, and then of course now I'm not saying you're winning them all 5-0, of course, because like you said when we were previously talking, it was 1-0 win, but at the same time it just seems like more guys are contributing across the board. You got Parker Ford who's scoring consecutive games. You got Axel Janssen, Fielby. A lot of the guys are contributing. Nikita Chibrikov. So is it just that there just seems to be more contributors and the puck's going in for you right now?
Well, I think it's a couple of things, and one is I think just me going back to saying that we have the whole team, everybody going at the same time, whereas, that wasn't really the case earlier on. So, if you have a line and one guy's really missing, then it's hard to create offense. So we have everybody going. And the other thing, I think we've had some time to have some continuity to lines. And they're starting to learn each other. At the beginning of the year, we were changing lines all the time, trying to find some chemistry between people, and we've now found that. So they've had some time to play with each other and get to know each other and kind of become a little more predictable.
Special teams, it seems that also is working a little bit more effectively for you. Did you institute any sort of changes, or is it more similar to the 5-on-5 idea where it just guys are gelling a little bit more?
Yeah, I think that's the case, and special teams are funny because if your 5-on-5 game is good, usually your special teams will be good too. So, it's kind of fallen into each other's lap there, where everybody's contributing on 5-on-5, and they feel good about themselves, and therefore the power play is getting a little bit better and a little bit more confident. And it's also there's some guys playing on the power play that haven't played on the power play before, so. That's been a bit of a learning curve too, and everyone's sort of starting to come around a little bit.
Are you seeing any parallels to last year? I mean, last year obviously, like, your team was in a similar predicament. You guys pulled yourselves out of it as a group, and you don't have as many guys from last year's team obviously on this year's team, but there's still some muscle memory for some of those guys. Do you see kind of that from your perspective, because you were here obviously and you saw the kind of the shift in the attitude? Do you see that with this group similar to what you saw last year?
Yeah, a little bit. I mean, we're not. I'm more looking for us just to get better every day and every game get a little bit better and see where it takes us. Not looking forward too far and trying to see that whether we can take off like we did last year, but just to get better every day and look after the next game, and that's kind of the mentality that we're looking at.
Dominic Toninado's up with the Jets. In terms of not having your captain, what does that mean for this group? I mean, we know you have a lot of leaders, but not having him here and be able to see him also having some success up with the big club.
For sure, it's good for Tony. He deserves all that. Works very hard all the time and deserves any time that he can play in the NHL, and he does play there. So the one thing about him missing, I think, is players have to step up, and we've had some other guys step up and be voices and be leaders on the ice and off the ice. Mason Shaw's done an excellent job. Sotner's done a good job. Axel Fielby has had to step up and do a bit of work for us there, and same with Jared Anderson Dolan. Like, those guys are all veteran guys who they have leadership in them, and when it's their time to voice their opinions and voice what they think, that they do.
In terms of, like, when I was talking to Dawson Barteau before you guys, I don't remember when it was specifically, but it was before you guys left on the road. And one of the things he said was, "We know what we need to do, and we're a family in this team and in this room." Did you see that? Did you see that this team kind of realized, like, "Hey guys, we got to pull this together and start, pulling in the same direction. Otherwise, we're going to lose our season."
100%. They've talked about it themselves. They've had closed-door player meetings. I think as a coaching staff, we try to guide them, but it's really up to them in the room whether they make that decision, and they've made the decision to pull together and do it as a group.
Just a couple of injury illness things. So Brad Lambert, obviously on the ice, missed the last 3 games. He's good to go, I would assume. Otherwise, he wouldn't be with the group.
Correct. He is. He's good to go. He's just getting his legs back now, and he'll get another practice in tomorrow, so he should be good. Yeah.
expected going on in
Absolutely, yeah.
Just in terms of that trio with the the kids line, the prospect line, whatever you want to call them, but with Lambert, Chibrikov, and Lucius, what have you seen with that? You've kept them together for now from some time. Obviously, Ben King's had to jump in without Lambert, but for the last three. But just in terms of when those three were playing together, what have you seen from them?
Well, we see a little bit of chemistry at times. Got to leave them for a little bit and let them create some offense between them. They're all offensive, talented hockey players, and they're all very creative. So, we want to leave them alone a little bit. They have to continue to concentrate on the D side of the puck and without the puck. But I do see some creativity between them and making some nice offensive plays, and that's what we want. They're all skilled players, and they should be able to handle each other.
One of the things Dominic said when we were talking to him yesterday, I think, he was talking about this idea of when Nikita and Brad came down from the Jets, how they were hungrier. And obviously disappointed not staying up with the NHL club. But have you seen that? Have you noticed that sort of hunger, especially just to, again, produce and continue to develop their game?
Yeah, do I think it's more? No, not necessarily. I mean, I think that the attitudes of those two players in Chibrikov and Lambert have been excellent since last year, and they continue to be excellent. They practice very hard. They have good attitudes as far as competing and playing for the team. So, I mean, I think they probably got a taste of the NHL and probably want to get back, but I wouldn't say that it's changed their attitudes at all.
Just a couple more from me, but Chaz Lucius, I mean, he's had quite a good run in terms of playing games for your club, which is what he expected to do when he had kind of had that month off, and now he's ready to go. What are you seeing from the 2021 first rounder, who seems to be, again, just needed a healthy run to kind of start to produce and play his game?
Yeah, I'm really happy with Chaz and where that's going. I mean, I think he's played 14 or 15 games here in a row without taking any off. So that was goal one, and he seems to be handling the ice time. And we've played against some tough teams. We were in Calgary, played back-to-backs, and he's handling all that. So that's a positive, and he's continuing to get better. He's in on puck battles. He's winning some battles. You can see his skill level show up throughout hockey games. He'll make a great play here or there, and so everything is good with Chaz for us right now, anyways, and for him. He's happy. He's playing, and he's getting better every game.
Last one is about Elias Salamonson. Of course, suffered that upper body injury, I think, back on December 6th. And I know the hope was that he would be back sooner, but he's IR skating still. What's kind of the prognosis or the expectation for him to get back with your group?
Yeah, it's a funny one. I mean, as we talk about it, it's probably taken a little bit longer than what we thought, but at the end of the day, we don't want him back till he's 100%. So he's not quite 100%, but he's close.